What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Jets, who are decimated by injuries. We had head coach, or interim head coach, more specifically, Jeff Ulbrich, talk today with the media, and he gave an injury update, and multiple star players are going to be out this week for the Jets. So I guess this is good news for the tank crowd who want the better draft pick, because unlikely Sauce or Breece Gardner will play this week.
CJ Mosley will go to IR today. A hard decision by a very prideful, amazing player, leader. All those things for us was not an easy decision for him, but it's the best decision for him and our organization. And then Breece and Sauce, those two are doubtful as of right now. So, barring something magical happening in the next couple of days, they're doubtful. But the rest of the group is trending in the right direction.
This is a really big problem. I know that it's been really popular to give Sauce Gardner a hard time. And look, I'll be the first one to admit that I thought he had a regressed season. He did not play at the all-pro level in which we saw his first 2 years. I'm not saying that I'm all the way out on Sauce Gardner. I'm not. He needs to improve as a tackler. I thought his effort could have been better in a couple spots, but he's coming off what was probably his best game of the season against the Seattle Seahawks. And when looking at what the Miami Dolphins want to do offensively, they kill you with speed, especially at the wide receiver spots. I know Tyreek Hill hasn't been the same guy this year, but he still has that electric speed. Jalen Waddle is a massive problem with his speed, and being down your best corner is not a recipe for success. Even if you have a number two like DJ Reed, who I think is still a damn good corner in this league. He slowed down a little bit after his hot start, but if DJ Reed is going to be put out there as your number one guy, you're going to get picked on this week. I mean, last year, remember, DJ Reed got cooked pretty bad by Jalen Waddle. It was a bad matchup for him, and I just think this is a bad matchup for the Jets this week. Going down to Miami, too. I know they're coming off a tough loss. They're a hungry team, and the Jets just frankly are not. They're a bad football team that's been beaten down, losers of 8 of their last 9 games. So I just don't see this going very well for the Jets, and that's not even to mention Breece Hall, who I get it. I know that he fumbled this most recent game against Seattle, but if you look at over his last 5 games, he's averaged 5 yards a carry. And I thought he's starting to look more like his normal self the last few weeks, and it will be a big miss. I'm excited to see more Braylon Allen. I hope he has a really productive day as the lead back. Miami's defense isn't really all that great this year. They've had some issues, especially stopping the run, so maybe an opportunity for Braylon Allen to show out. But let's not pretend that the Jets are better off without Breece Hall. This is a big loss in this game. Being down your number one running back, who is a weapon not only as a rusher but as a receiving back, and being down your number one corner against this team, it's going to be really hard for the Jets to keep pace on Sunday. Another part of this that stinks, I feel bad for CJ Mosley. He was put on IR. Not surprising. I wasn't expecting him to play again after some of his I know he's tried to make the comeback, but he wasn't able to go last week, and it just makes me wonder if this is the end of the line for CJ Mosley as a Jet. And if that's the case, it's going to be upsetting. There's big shoes to fill. He was excellent in 2022 and 23, the heart of that defense. And I think his presence will be missed, especially as a leader. And look, I get it. It's easy to maybe gloss over what CJ Mosley has done here. Clearly, Quincy Williams has come on and been a better player the last couple of years. But I think we are maybe minimalizing the importance of what Mosley does, getting everyone lined up and his brain on the defense. Yes, he lost a step clearly physically. When he did play this year, he didn't look right as he played through an injury in all 4 of the games he appeared in. It's probably the end of the road. It's tough to get out of the deal. But again, these are going to be big shoes to fill, and maybe they do keep Jamien Sherwood. I thought he's played decently well for the Jets this year, and they pair him with CJ Mosley. But you never know. This new regime, whoever comes in as the new GM and the new head coach, they didn't draft Jamien Sherwood. So if they're not, I don't know, if they don't have a strong opinion on him, they could as well let him walk and look to find another linebacker in either free agency or the NFL draft. I guess some good news is Allen Lazard is expected to be back this week, and that's good because the Jets haven't really had a wide receiver 3 the last few weeks. So that's a plus. He's averaged 64 yards per game and has 5 touchdowns in the 7 games that he's appeared in. The negative side of this is if we see Aaron Rodgers kind of just focus in on Devontae and Lazard. I thought earlier in the year, especially before Devontae got in here, it felt like they were going to Lazard a lot. And now it feels like they've been going to Devontae a lot. And I think that's who Rodgers is most comfortable with. Garrett Wilson's been really impressive, but there's been times where he and Rodgers haven't been on the same page. And I think Lazard and Devontae are going to get more targets the last few weeks. And I think that ends up frustrating Jet fans as they want to see their young, talented wide receiver that, they're probably going to build around. Lazard, they're going to get out of this contract at the end of the year. Devontae, still TBD if they keep him or not. But I think if Aaron Rodgers is gone, I would say they're going to lean towards not retaining him. So this is potentially 2 guys who are not going to be here in 2025, getting more targets than your number 1 receiver in Garrett Wilson. So just a slight negative feel that I have for that one. Just a quick injury update. Wanted to give you guys the news from today and share my thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I am Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.